The pandemic has been challenging for all of us. Isolation, fatigue, hate, bankruptcy, anxiety, depression, and even death. This was a rare situation where it was hard for the whole world. But seated amid the many unknowns of COVID was also a lot of unexpected innovation right here in our own backyard. So we're asking our local businesses to tell us their stories, the good parts and the bad parts, in living through this moment of history. From survival to success, Fort Wayne is back in business.
Back in Business with Blakesley continues. And this week we are at one of my personal favorite local joints, Fetter's Meats. I'm standing alongside the owner of all now 3 locations, John Fetterspiel. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
John Fetterspiel.
Yes.
So you are the owner, and I can't wait to talk about the location that we're in today. We are in Huntertown, but we'll save that part for last because I feel like that's the best part.
Yeah.
But first, just tell us, how's it been for you guys here throughout the last year and a half as this pandemic has been ongoing?
It's been very challenging. The supply chains have been very unpredictable at best. Employees are hard to find. The positive out of the COVID for us, it got people out of the restaurants because they shut down.
True.
And then people had to start learning how to cook or forcing to cook by themselves. So that forced them into our stores.
Something I learned because I frequent Fetter's probably twice a week at your Maple Crest location.
Yes.
But something when I learned when I'd pop in and we were buying a couple of steaks or some brats or burgers, prices did fluctuate a lot. And it's not because of a meat shortage per se, but like you said, everybody needed to hire employees and be able to ship and pack said meat. So how did that impact your prices specifically?
It was very volatile. My supplier would tell us the day before, we would order all of our meats, all wholesale meats, and they would say, we can't tell you the price until you see the bill in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
it
scary.
was, yes, it was daily. Things weren't getting shipped, prices were through the roof, and we just had to evolve and accommodate those.
How did customers respond to that? Because I can't imagine when they walk in and see, they're normally the couple pounds of ground beef costs X and all of a sudden it's costing Y.
Yes, and that was a challenge. That was a big challenge because people were not happy. A lot of people were out of jobs, weren't drawing a paycheck, and then all of a sudden prices were twice or 3 times. I got some earfuls, and I had to try to explain to them the situation, and we were trying to do our best to serve the customers.
I've met your wife recently. She seems like a lovely woman. Was there ever a moment when you turned to her and looked and said, honey, we're not going to make it, or I don't know what to do. I don't know if we should sell one of the stores. Did you ever go through any moments like that?
I think I did from time to time. I think mostly because of the manpower shortage, and also it was almost like the movie Groundhog Day. We would wake up and it was busier than we could ever imagine, and after a while everybody was getting burned out.
So here we are, the positive part. We are at 2323 Almond Street in Huntertown. This is your brand new location, John, which I think is remarkable because we're still kind of teetering on hopefully the end of this pandemic, but here you are able to open up a brand new location. How did that happen?
Well, several different reasons. One, this community has always asked us to come to this area. Our original store, the Custom Butchering, was here on this property, still is. But what happened in the COVID were people, like I said before, forced out of the restaurants, so our customer base grew. And compared to the pre-COVID numbers, sales, and compared to now, we are in a better position.
When you pop in, don't forget to try their homemade barbecue sauce, pick up some fresh produce while you're at it, a couple of sides. Ooh, I love pickles, maybe whatever these are, and tune in next week as Back in Business with Blakesley continues. I need a bag.
Though the outbreak may have dramatically changed lives and relationships over the last year, it also dramatically changed the way we do business. And we're highlighting those businesses and those changes every week on WOWO. Back in business with Blakesley, powered by Bradley Golf Diamonds, locally owned and conveniently located right across the street from Jefferson Point. It's Bradley Golf Diamonds.
You're never going to go back to your old pickle eggs.
It's really good.
I told you, right?
It's really good.